All right, ladies and gentlemen, for the long-awaited affair, I've been asking this man to be on my show for quite some time. We have from the St. Rose office, real estate extraordinaire, Mr. Mark Weinberg. Mark Weinberg. Hey, how was that for an intro, huh?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't expect that. Caught me off guard.
It's okay. And how about the studio audience? They love you. Look, they're all over here going crazy. Beautiful.
All right. Let me know
all right,
what
Mark.
I win.
What's that?
Let me know what I win when this is
okay.
over.
Yeah. The price is right. Anyway, so tell us a little about yourself, how long you've been doing this, all that good stuff, Mark, please.
Well, I started real estate with this same company in June of 1994. So in another 4 months, I'll be with this company 29 years. So so I made quite a change. I'm originally from Chicago, and I have a heavy financial background, Rick. So I was an accountant by trade. I went on to get my MBA in finance, so heavily in that arena. I was doing that for years, and a good friend of mine, who most of us know, would come visit me in Chicago, and I'd come visit him here in Las Vegas. And he kind of kept in my ear about how he felt I should try real estate. He felt maybe I would be okay at it, and sure enough, one of the visits kind of worked, and next thing you know, I'm moving to Vegas and pursuing a real estate career.
I'm going to guess that's Mr. Mark Stark. I'm going to guess.
Yeah, that is correct. I've known Mark since we were 3.5 years old. So we're
I know it.
First friends. I think I taught him everything he knows, so hopefully that was okay.
Yeah, you taught him everything he knows, but not everything you know.
That is correct.
All right. So
that's one for us. That's one for us.
Yeah, exactly. No. I remember the story. Mark tells me the same story too. Did you go to UNLV too?
No. I went to college and grad school in Chicago and was working full time in the accounting field. And I got another job at a Fortune 500 company doing some form of accounting, and just really wasn't, it wasn't exciting. Mark came to visit me one time at my office, and he looks around and he's like, "What are you doing in here?" And he goes, "Too much personality to sit behind a desk and do that." And I'm like, "I don't know. This is what my degree's in. It's what I do. It's what I know." And when I came to visit him in Vegas one year, he just introduced me to a few people, and I got kind of the taste of maybe what this career could be like, and kind of made the leap full throttle.
Yeah. And let's face it, Las Vegas in the last 29 years has gone through a lot of growth, a lot of changes. It's a real city now. And I know you love your Blackhawks. I remember your post with you and your father, tears in his eyes. They won the Stanley Cup. That was an awesome moment, right?
Yes, we've had that. We've had the Cubs. We've had a lot of good Chicago memories since I moved away. Not much when I was there. So, but it's been great. That sports has been great too out here.
Yeah, and now we have the Golden Knights and we have the Raiders. So it's like it's good that we have them here, but we still have our ties back to I'm a New England fan, so it's one of those things. But it's good to have them here.
Absolutely, our infrastructure has grown tremendously. The sports, to me, as a realtor, is a big part of this. When we speak with potential clients and we want to tell them the perks of moving here, a lot of people do come from major cities. They love their teams. And the good news is they can see their teams while residing here in Vegas now. So,
yep,
not so bad.
Yeah, I saw the Patriots once this year. Yeah, definitely. And the Bruins and the Celtics. They can't see the Celtics yet, but that's coming.
That will be, something's coming. I know that. So,
yeah. Baseball. And let's face it. I mean, so with a finance background, nobody can explain probably the tax benefits of moving here better than you too, right?
Well, I don't claim to be a tax accountant, but I do give people, I don't want to overstep. We're taught, right? Don't speak law, don't speak accounting, refer them to their professional. But I can at least educate them on the big picture and speak kind of more than just a realtor to them. To some degree, I like to be an advisor, and of course, always deferring them to the experts. But I think my clients appreciate that. I try to give them a big picture.
Of course. Absolutely. Well, you know what? So 1994, you came here. Give us a little of the trajectory and how you did and the struggles and the wins and all that kind of stuff, if you could, please.
Sure. Well, I'm a little different than the typical realtor, and you and I have spoken on this before, Rick.
Yes.
When you're new, I attended all the classes. I still say that this company, so I'm a big advocate for this company. I think the training is second to none. So I started with this company. I attended all the classes, did everything. They try to teach you that you need to have goals. Everybody must set goals. In order to be successful, you need your goals. You need to stick to the goals, and you need to try to achieve your goals. Well, I was listening to a successful realtor back in the day, and what resonated with me is he was more of an advocate for systems. And I started to internalize that, and I agreed with that. Meaning, one downfall of goals could be, Rick, well, when you achieve your goal, what if you're in the ninth month of a year? You might tend to ease up, not follow through, not perform like you really could. Whereas when you have systems in place, day in, day out, month in, month out, all I do is stick to my systems. The results will take care of themselves. So as a new agent, I adhered to that, and it took time getting going, just like anything good. But when you realize when you get in a groove and you just get regimented and stick to your systems, a lot of good things tend to follow. And I guess my corporate background helped me with becoming, very. I didn't need to be bribed to go to the office, stay late. I didn't need to be taught any of that. I was groomed to be that way from being in the corporate environment before I moved here. So, and I've seen a
Right.
lot of change. This was before technology, even before faxes to some degree. We had to present offers at night when the other agent's clients would get home or when your clients would get home after dinner. So there were a lot of 14-hour days just by the nature of the industry.
Right. Because I remember those days when I first started, you'd actually present the offer with the other agent at the seller's home. That was interesting sometimes too, wasn't it?
Well, we would, like, if I'm representing my buyer, I would get there, walk in, shake the hand of the other agent who you're meeting probably for the first time, shake the hand of the sellers, sit down, give my pitch. They would politely ask me to go wait in my car. I could be in my car from 5 minutes to 30 minutes while they would discuss everything. And regardless how hot or cold the weather is, how hungry or tired you are, you sat out in your car. They called you back in. They told you their response. You took that response. Either they signed it right there, or most of the time they had a counter. You would take that counter home. The next day you would go meet with your client and keep the process going and hopefully consummate.
Hmm.
A
Yep.
lot
It's
more.
great.
It was a lot more arduous back then. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and you remember the day that lock boxes came out, and then the fax machine, and then remember that was
Well, I've been through a few transitions of lockboxes. I remember the old Multac. You couldn't tell who was going in. There was
right.
just a code. And then we graduated literally towards other forms of lockboxes. And then the big thing was the internet, of course, because that was, just opened up everything. I don't need to explain that, but it was great and took away a lot of the faxes and the long, long hours. But it's worked pretty well, I would say.
Absolutely. Yeah, and this is you, and I don't need to tell you this, but the St. Rose office is an interesting office. It's very large. There's a lot of productive agents. It's always in the top 5 of individual offices in the Berkshire Hathaway network, the whole network. And Mark, every year you're in that top group every single year. So give them a couple, maybe like your production levels and how they grew and how you did there, and maybe a couple hints on your systems would be great for them to hear.
Well, sure. I guess I believe in a few of the stays. Well, I'll call it stay organized, stay connected to your clients, and stay active. So we'll go back to stay organized. I
Okay.
learned early on, and I suffered like a lot of new agents back in the day without computers, just with little index cards. The more organized you are, and I teach this to my kids, the more organized you are, the more successful you can be. You can take on more when you're organized. When you're disheveled and stuff is out of whack and you can't find things and you don't know what you're doing tomorrow, it's very hard to be consistently successful. You may do business, but you're not reaching your peak because you're losing stuff. And that's tough. It's easier said than done, but I truly try to advocate that. So staying organized is imperative in my book. Staying committed to your clients. Obviously, our clients are our lifeblood. A lot of my clients, luckily for me, have become personal friends of mine. And you meet a ton of people. The more successful and the more your longevity is in this industry, so you meet a ton of people. Not everybody is going to be a friend, they're clients, and that's great too. Some clients you may never see again. But if you're fortunate enough to meet some really quality people and they view you as the same, it's an awesome thing when not only are you their family realtor, you're their family friend. And I'm blessed to have that as well. So I certainly say stay on top of your clients. Don't just be their realtor, be their friend, be their advisor, be there for other things for them besides real estate, and help them in any way you can. And then, finally, stay active. Stay active in the community. Stay active with extracurriculars. The best thing about this industry, Rick, and I've proven this to myself, is I could be eating a meal, and next thing I know, the waitress has become a client of mine by talking, by consistently, let's say, meeting them at a restaurant. They serve you. I've had that happen a couple of times. So we could be working whatever we do, whether it's extracurricular or something more personal. We're always working, and I kind of like that part of our industry.
Yeah, everybody you bump into, like your hobby. I know that I wouldn't say your hobby. It's like one of the things that you're passionate about is boxing. And I know that you're a referee and you do amateur fights and so forth too. That's got to be a great source to meet people and accumulate clients too, huh?
Actually, it has been. And actually, I have sold many homes in that arena as well to fellow officials, fellow gym owners, fellow former, I won't mention his name, he's a former Hall of Fame boxing referee. So yes, by meeting people in any sector of our life, potentially they become a client and hopefully a friend as well. So again, great thing about our industry, very unique. Not everybody can say that.
No, it's true. And I remember, what was his name? Sean, the gentleman you had come here, and his father to Sean Porter. He's now. Yeah. I see him doing fights on ESPN and.
Absolutely. He's a commentator as well as a top-ranked fighter. And I was fortunate enough to get to know him and bring him to one of our meetings here at St. Rose years ago. And I have some other, fighters and officials that I keep in touch with. And that's a great hobby. Keeps me hopping.
Keeps you working out too, right? You got to run around that ring. You got to look good. You got to be dodging bullets too, I would imagine, once in a while.
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't want to get hit. Let's put it.
You don't want to get hit. Yeah, when you go in and break them up, I've seen a couple of referees get hit, but it doesn't look like fun.
No. I'd rather deal with a tough real estate client than get hit by any of those guys, right?
Yeah, right? Yeah, you got to keep this looking good, right?
We don't want to ruin the moneymaker, Rick.
That's right. Yeah, what you say and how you look is kind of important, right?
It's all important.
All right, so would you consider those your big three then, your top three, the three you just went through?
Yeah, I tried to expound on them a little bit. I really do. As a new agent, we get so caught up in just doing that I think, and most maybe new agents can attest to this, that the organization part of it tends to fall down, right? If you don't keep on top of it, you're so busy trying to get the next client, the next deal, get in front of this person, that we forget about who we helped 6 months ago. And, you learn early on that if you take care of people, people take care of you. And I guess that's one thing. Sure, I could have done a better job. I'll admit that. I remember those early days. You get so busy and so inundated that it's tough. But if you can dedicate a little more time, and truly in this day and age with computers, there's really no excuse not to stay organized with your spheres. Again, the company with the VAC 2.0 system, the company has some great tools to help each agent really stay on top of and maximize total production, which I think is the key.
Yeah. You just mentioned the Virtual Agent Center 2.0. They can be, neighborhood reports or newsletters or market reports or anything. Once you get a client in and the most important part is conversing, letting them know they're number one. And then if you can give them quality information, updates as far as the market, things that are going on, I think that's how you really, rein them in for life too.
Agreed. I mean, that's it. Become more than just the realtor. Try to be their friend, try to be their advocate, and the real estate will come. I have
Yeah.
clients that have referred me their whole family and friends. Some that referred some to me, and some they were just my client, and they call me when they need to sell. But I will tell you, Ricky, you've been in business, as long as I have now. Now I'm helping the kids buy homes, so that's kind of cool. I've seen the transition from helping their parents to now I'm helping their kids, and at the same time as making you feel older, it's fulfilling because I must be doing something good if they want to
Yeah.
stick with me and use me as the family realtor.
It's the ultimate compliment when they refer their kids to you, I think, because you know how people are about their kids. You have kids, I have kids. You don't
Yeah,
refer them. You don't refer anybody to your kids. You refer somebody you trust, and so forth. So that's the ultimate compliment for sure. But I also see you. I also see you do other things like a little bit of marketing. Some every time I'm over here at the Smiths, I see you. I see your picture on the shopping carts. I mean, so you do some other things to get your name out there too.
again, not only in my personal life but my professional life, I have this saying that says have fun. I like to have fun in pretty much everything I do. I think that comes through in a lot of ways, and I bring it into real estate. So I'm not afraid to try things. I've done everything from the simple postcards to back in the day, all the magazines to the mail outs, of course, to the letters. But then I graduated to radio. I had a radio commercial for a while. I did some TV. I was on the movie theater screens when Green Valley Ranch first opened up. They had my advertisement on the movie theater screens, believe it or not, all the movies every day. But the thing I've stuck with the most is at the Smiths at Horizon Ridge and Eastern. I opened that store. So I've been doing that before that store even opened. I've been on the back of shopping carts for about 24 years now, believe it or not. I checked my contract, 24, 25 years with one company.
Wow.
I know. Trust me, I could have bought two more condos if I didn't, but no, it's fine. So, no, it's fine. It works. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. And we got to try something different. And I try to think outside the box and have fun with it.
Yeah. Well, you got to because you got to be proactive. You got to be taking steps every day. I think the most important thing is what you said earlier: is have a relationship with your client, care about them, follow up with them, give them things, and you're not just a realtor. And I know it's kind of a overused statement, but you are the trusted advisor. You can give them other insights of things going on and other professionals. They can, take them to hockey games. I know you love going to hockey games. There's all kinds of fun things you can do. And a lot of these people end up becoming some of your good friends.
Agreed. And that's probably one of the most satisfying parts of my career so far is to really relish the friendships that I've made solely from being the realtor, I guess. So yeah, it's worked pretty well so far.
Yep, really well. Well, hey, you're up on the top of the like we're having the awards coming up pretty soon. You're always in the mix, my man. And this is not an easy office to rank up top all the time like you have. So congratulations.
No, well, thank you very much. No, there's a lot of great professionals in here, as throughout the company for sure. We have top-notch individuals, but it's been fun so far, and let's hope it continues. And I
Let's keep it
appreciate it.
rolling.
Yes, sir. I
How about
appreciate it.
Okay, hey, we're right at time. I don't want to hold you forever. I really appreciate you taking your time today. Any final words you want to leave these lovely people today, Mark?
Just I coined the have fun, enjoy what you do, and there's an old saying: if you enjoy what you're doing, you'll never work a day in your life. We've all heard that, but this industry allows us to do so much than some other industries. So take advantage of that. Think outside the box once in a while. Take care of people. Don't be afraid to take some marketing risks. Don't be afraid of a lot of things, and work hard and just be loyal.
I love it. All right, Mark Weinberg, thank you very much for your time today. We really appreciate it. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.
Thanks.